This is a little bit of a trade recap of earlier today. I'm gonna show you guys the P&L and then some of the other stuff. Um, and this is a trade recap from 11/21 to today. I have two trade recaps where there's this one and the other one. What you're seeing on the screen is not really what actually ended up happening. I ended up closing the trade at break even, or at least a little bit in profit. But this trade probably would have paid me pretty well if I actually kept it. It looks like this was a pretty large move. It was um it was a 25 pip move, a 33 pip move actually. I mean, it would have been better if I had the stuff that I needed for it, or at least the psychology for it. This part is where it messed me up though a lot. We kept projecting off this area, but we couldn't make a new high. And ideally, I kind of made a mistake because of that, and because of that, I ended up quitting the trade early, and ended up just like just straight up falling falling flat on my face. Not really falling flat on my face, but I just kind of ended up not performing as well today. Um, but I'm gonna tell you guys and give you guys a little bit insight on why I took this trade. So this trade was I saw this trade during London session. So I was in this trade for about um since right here. So I was in this trade for about well, I wasn't in this trade, but this trade would have been 11 hours in total. But I was in the trade up onto this point right here where we have this point. I was in that trade until that point. So this is where I kind of exited out as soon as we tap back into this area. So I was in this trade for a very long time. I was in this trade for about 4 hours. No, 5. Yeah, because I got into the trade at 1:30 in the morning. So I was bearish for London session. I was actually anticipating for us to hit a retracement, and through that retracement, I was gonna take the day off, right? So I wasn't gonna trade New York session, but the trade ended up playing out through New York session. I was anticipating that it would hit my take profit a little bit more earlier. But ideally, this kind of looks like a retracement on euro. It doesn't really look like a serious thing. It doesn't look like it's gonna be something that's gonna be like going on for a long time. It looks like we could possibly be retracing. Like right now, we're accumulating right now. We have a bunch of accumulation right here, and we're also manipulating to the downside. So possible chances we come to this draw of liquidity right here and take that out. But back to the trade, what I was talking about. I took this trade right here. I was anticipating for a retracement because I saw on the daily that um we were we were rising. And usually when we rise a lot, there is bound to be a retracement somewhere. So because of that, I decided to take sells on this trade. And it would have worked out if I actually stuck to my plan, and I didn't really break my rules here, but I just think that because of this, I should either wait for my stop loss to be hit, or and stop closing my trades out at break even and just accept the loss. I don't think that I should be closing at break even anymore, or because of something goes break even. I think I would rather just close at a loss instead than break even. But because of this, I think that we'll continue on going down a little bit more lower until we get to wherever we need to go, and then we continue going back up to the upside. I mean, I kind of really don't see anything. I see like a fair value gap right here. I think we could continue coming down to this point right here and then tap into that, and then we could see our way to the upside this way, taking out all of these guys right here. But ideally, this is kind of just a little bit more of a of a reenact or trying to explain to what I did. So I was targeting these areas right here because we had these were the low hanging fruits. This was my draw on liquidity, and I targeted that last one because it was the low hanging fruit on the 4 hour time frame, which was the draw on liquidity that I was anticipating. But ideally, I was waiting for something to happen, so I took the entry around here because I was anticipating for us to come down a little bit lower. We ended up coming up a little bit, getting really close to my stop, and then coming down really low. But other than that, I mean, there's not really much to go over. I was just anticipating it, and the trade would have worked out if I didn't cut it at break even. So, with that being said, um, this is the trade recap for 11/21st, 2023. And yeah, I'm gonna get back to working on the videos that I was working on for you guys.